Hey everyone! So today we're going to learn how to play Our Song by Taylor Swift on the guitar. And it's a great song for beginners or advanced players because it's just really fun and a really easy song that only has 4 chords in it, which pretty much repeat throughout the whole song. So let's get started. So the first chord that we're going to play is called D, which is played with the first finger on the 4th string from the top, 2nd fret, the 2nd finger, last string, 2nd fret, and the 3rd finger, 2nd string from the bottom, 3rd fret. And when we're playing this chord, we only play the bottom 4 strings, so we don't pick the top 2. So it sounds like this. I'm using an eraser as a pick, which is not convenient because I misplaced my pick, so that's why it might sound a little sloppy. So this chord is played on riding. So I was riding shotgun with and then another chord happens. So we're just going to play each chord. I was 1, 2, 3, 4 times until the next chord. There is a plucking pattern, but right now we're just going to play quarter notes. So we're going to play 4 of each chord until we switch to the next chord. And speaking of the next chord, it is E minor, which is played with the first finger on the 2nd string from the top, 2nd fret, and the 2nd finger, 3rd string from the top, 2nd fret. So it sounds like this. So that's E minor. And so the song goes D, E minor so far. So I was riding shotgun with my hair undone and then we're going to play the G chord, which you can play 2 ways, but I like the way where you put your 2nd finger on the 2nd string from the top, 2nd fret, 3rd finger, 1st string, 3rd fret, and pinky on the last string, 3rd fret. So it sounds like this. You can also play it like this. Sounds the same, it's just a little bit different fingering. So far the chords are D, E minor, and G. And the next chord is A. I like to play A7 because it's just a little bit easier. So the first finger is going to be on the 3rd string from the top, 2nd fret. The 2nd finger is the 2nd string from the bottom, 2nd fret. So this sounds like this. So far the chords are D, E minor, G, A. And this pattern really does repeat throughout almost the whole song. So I was riding shotgun with my hair undone in the front seat of his car. He's got a one-hand feel on the steering wheel, the other on my heart. And then it does repeat until the chorus where it says, "And when I got home, for I said amen, asking God if you could play it again." The pattern on and is, "And when I got home, for I said amen, asking God if he could play it again," which is E minor, A, E minor, D, and G. So E minor, "And when I got home" on A, "for I said amen," E minor. Then we're not going to play anything until we're going to get to God, asking God, D, if he could play it again. So it goes, "And when I got home, for I said amen, asking God if he could play it again." So that's that pattern. And every time it says, "And when I got home, for I said amen, asking God if he could play it again," that's the pattern you do. E minor, A, E minor, D, G. And for the transition into the chorus and the verse, you do D, E minor, G, A, the normal pattern. So that's pretty much the song, except the last verse I've heard every album, listened to the radio. There's a E minor, so the pattern's a little bit different. I've heard every album, listened to the radio, waited for something to come along that was as good as our song. So that's another part that's different. You go E minor, G, D, A, E minor, G. So I've heard every album, which is E minor, listened to the radio, which is G, and then waited, D, for something, A, to come along, E minor, that was as good as our song. And then it repeats with the G, E minor, G, A pattern after that. So now you've learned the whole song, which is awesome. And we're going to learn a plucking pattern, which is done with my eraser. So the plucking pattern that I do is, I was riding shotgun with my hair undone in the front seat of his car. So it's down, 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 up, down, up. So down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So that's what I do. So I'll play a little bit. I'll play the patterns for you just so that you don't forget. So this is the universal pattern, D, E minor, G, A. So I was riding shotgun with my hair undone in the front seat of his car. He's got a one-hand wheel on the steering wheel, the other on my car. So that's that part. So that's the universal pattern. And then the part where it says, and when I got home, for I said amen. And when I got home, for I said amen, asking God if He could play it again. So I didn't use my plucking pattern there because it was a different pattern of chords, which probably represents a climax kind of to the song. So that's where I just stay with quarter note plucking pattern. And then I've heard every album, listened to the radio. I'm gonna do the quarter notes again. I've heard every album, listened to the radio, waiting for something to come along that was as good as our song. Okay, so that's pretty much the song. Maybe I'll sing it for you one time. But yeah, you guys should feel really proud of yourself because you just learned a great song on the guitar. Thanks guys, bye.